Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're gonna end up pulling out the transmission. We're gonna get the motor ready for pull. We're gonna start doing this whole swap. I'm gonna get a little bit to detail how you're gonna do so on these ls430s, just so you know you're looking to pull your motor, pull off your transmission, you know exactly what to do. Just bear with me, all right? This is my first time making these kind of videos, so I'm gonna try my best to get everything I can and explain everything the best I can. It's not gonna be easy, but we're going along the way. You guys are gonna learn a few things with me, and hopefully everything I do is just gonna be awesome. It's just, I'm very limited on space, as you can see. This is my motor. I'm throwing it in here. I got some things laying in the back. Doors, I have bumpers, I have wheels. I got more wheels in my backyard. But I want you guys to be a part of my process and everything we're gonna do. First thing I really wanna do, I wanna get this car in the air, get it on all 4 jack stands, just so I can start getting ready to drop the trans. From the front, you just pick it up from the front subframe. So usually, yeah, this car is all leaky. And don't worry about that exhaust. My exhaust is still on the car. That's from my old ls430, so that's just lingering. Don't worry about that. And that's how you pick it up. Almost forgot this one. Get under the car. And this is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna have to take off that little under shield right here first. Then we're gonna be dropping the exhaust. I'm gonna be dropping it by the catalytic converters. Go all the way back. There should be some hangers back there. You're gonna unbolt them. The whole thing should fall. So if you're under the car and that's the front of the engine and you're looking at it under, so you have about 6 bolts that hold up this shield right here. I'm just gonna take them out real quick and drop it down. Now you got your now that you got your shield off, all this space should be open now. You're gonna be able to start getting to the bolts on your exhaust. You're gonna wanna take off your O2 sensors. You're gonna wanna take off the bolts at the cats. You're also gonna wanna take off this. You got these bolts that supposed to be holding up the exhaust in case it fell. You're gonna wanna take off these hangers right here. Just slip them off, put some WD-40, it's a lot easier. Then you got 2 bolts holding up the exhaust at the end. So we'll start getting into that. Just pop off these hangers. Makes it a lot easier that I don't have to do it later. So now that both hangers are free, I can start doing the rest. I gotta get these O2 sensors off now. I have a tool for it. So this is that tool I was talking about. This is an O2 sensor tool. It's pretty easy to get a hold of. Makes your life a whole lot easier. Sorry, it's a little dim down here. My light died, so I'm using my phone light. But sad to say, this O2 sensor ended up getting stripped. Can't get it off. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just going through up top, disconnecting the sensor and just pulling it through right here. which kind of sucks. I have to go all the way under. So I did end up pulling out the O2 sensor. I know you don't see much. All I did was disconnect the gas pedal, pulled this all forward, stuck my hand through. The sensor was like right here. You just disconnect it and drop it. The O2 sensor out now. All you gotta take off is this bolt and these 2 bolts on each exhaust. Should drop. I got all 4 bolts off. 1, 2, 3. This 4th one's broken loose, but I have it on just so it doesn't drop on me. When you're under the car now, we're at the rear. Go to the back. There's this bolt right here that just holds the hanger up. Once I drop this bolt on each side, it should hang, take off the cross member. The whole exhaust should drop down. And on this side, same thing. We still have that one bolt holding in the exhaust. So I'm gonna drop this. The whole thing should just lean down. All right, so my phone did die, but I got the exhaust off. As you can see, it just drops right down. I got my whole, now I got this whole spot open. So the back by the differential, you will have this heat shield if you still have everything stock. I'm gonna pull this off. We don't need it. I don't really care for it. Same with this one. It's behind the trans. It's another heat shield. They're just 10 millimeters. You can just knock them off real quick. Now you have that heat shield off. And you have this next one. This piece literally just comes right off. It just, after you unbolt it, just falls down. So we're gonna have to get these off. I'm gonna take it off from the diff side on this side. So it's gonna be these 3. And the one that's hidden back there. All the way in the back. And then same on this side. And over here on the transmission side, we're gonna be pulling off these 3 bolts. And the last 2 bolts would have to be right here. Oh man, these cats are bad. They look so worn out. They're shot for sure. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Luckily though, I do have an extra set of new cats. Just gonna put them on. All right, so if you take off this bolt with a 12 mil, it should make it easier for you to put it in park and neutral and spin the drive shaft. Now this is off. You can easily put it into drive or anything and then put it right back in park. So I got these two broken loose. I'm just gonna go down this way before I spin the drive shaft and take off these two. So there's a bolt behind what you just loosened. Just take them all off real quick.
The other day, I was at my cousin's house. Shoot.
It's a flock of geese. So it's only these two bolts right here that's holding up the drive shaft. You take these two off. These are 14. These are 14s. If I can find my 14. You're just gonna wanna loosen these two lines and watch it drain. And you do have one more line right here in the back to take off. It's also a 17. Oh, shit. Alright, so now I got these trans lines off. Both of them are off right now. They're hanging. Next step after you get these off, you're just going to want to go to the front of the transmission. Get all the way to the front. And put a light. So if you're looking at the transmission, in the front, you got these two bolts right here that are covering the transmission flywheel. You're gonna take off, I think, about like 6 bolts in there, and to take off these two, you need 10 millimeters. Okay, don't listen to me. It's not a 10, it's a 12. Does not fit. So I gotta take off these two 12 mils. Drop the camera. So this is the bolts I was talking about. They're right there. There's about 6 of those, and you gotta spin the engine around to make them show. So I'm gonna start doing that. And in order to do that, just hook up a 22 to the main crank and just spin the engine by hand. And before I spin the engine, I'm gonna take off this bolt, but it is easiest if you put the bolt near the bell housing, just so you have some type of leverage when you loosen it. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. It's a 22 socket on a ratchet, and then I just gotta pull on here for extension so it can lock while I'm loosening that. But all you gotta do is spin the engine by hand just enough so you can and see your next bolt. Lock this pull in by extending it, and it's gonna hit the floor, and when I try breaking that bolt loose, this will be lodged in and nothing can happen. All right, so I checked them all. There are literally no bolts left. So what's next is you want to take off this cross member for your transmission so it could drop a little. It's 4 14mm bolts, and then you gotta take off all the bell housing bolts, which is 2 up top, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on the bottom, and then you got these corners right here on each side. Once you take it off, the transmission should come off pretty easily. It's not too bad. It is a little headache when you're by yourself. It's okay though. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is jack up the transmission from the cross member. Just enough pressure just so it's like, you know, it's up. I'll bust these off real quick. These 4 bolts. So, oh shit. So once you get all those bolts off, you see how it's dropped more, you can now get in here to try to reach for those 4 bolts. See how there's 1 bolt right there, and 1 bolt right there, right there. Yeah, we gotta knock those 2 off. Look how bad these trans mounts are. Watch this. They're literally Bluetooth. All bad. Just dangling. All good. We ain't gonna need this. Our new transmission is gonna fit better than this one. I don't think it's gonna sit better, but we're just not gonna need this. This is trash pretty much. I almost did forget. You're gonna want to take off all these plugs right here. There's those 2 on this side. Got a 10 mil right here. Remove this. That shit's in my way. Nope, it's not gonna go anywhere. There we go. So I got this really long extension just so I could get far into that transmission and make it a lot easier. Just a reference of how long it is. So we're gonna get the extension. And bring it back. Oh man. Alright, so now we can do this. Alright, so you can see I'm connected now. I could take these bolts off. I do have an adapter to a 1/2 inch just to make it a little easier. Just so I can have some more leverage.